Think about the last time you unwrapped a Twix bar, that satisfying crinkle of the gold wrapper, the irresistible aroma of chocolate, and that first bite where the crisp biscuit meets the gooey caramel. It's pure magic. But have you ever wondered what goes on behind the scenes to create this iconic treat? Today, we're pulling back the curtain to show you the fascinating step-by-step process that transforms simple ingredients into the Twix bars we all love. From state-of-the-art machinery to innovative techniques, every step is a blend of precision and passion. Get ready to discover the sweet science behind the candy bar that's been stealing hearts for decades. The story of Twix starts with the foundation, the biscuit base. But don't let its simplicity fool you. This crunchy layer is the backbone of the entire bar. Inside the factory, enormous mixers, some as tall as a two-story building, whirl together a perfectly balanced blend of flour, sugar, butter, and a touch of magic. This isn't just any shortbread dough. It's engineered to deliver that iconic snap with every bite. As the dough comes together, sensors monitor its texture and temperature, ensuring it's neither too dry nor too sticky. Once perfected, the dough is transferred onto a conveyor belt that feeds it into a sheeter. Picture this. The dough emerges as a flawless, continuous sheet, gliding effortlessly down the line. Next, cutters, like giant cookie stamps, press out those familiar biscuit shapes. Each stamp is precise, creating thousands of identical biscuits every minute. The journey doesn't stop there. These raw biscuits enter industrial ovens that are nothing short of technological marvels. Imagine rows upon rows of biscuits riding through the oven, where the air is infused with the irresistible aroma of baking shortbread. Inside, temperatures soar to the perfect degree, creating that golden brown hue while locking in the biscuit's crisp texture. It's a sensory delight, even if you're just watching. As the freshly baked biscuits cool, the factory prepares for the next step, adding the gooey caramel layer. This isn't a process to be rushed. The caramel starts in giant stainless steel vats where sugar, butter, and milk are gently heated and stirred. Picture a cauldron bubbling away, with the mixture slowly transforming into liquid gold. Workers oversee this process with the help of advanced technology, ensuring the caramel reaches just the right consistency, sticky enough to stay put, but soft enough to melt in your mouth. When ready, the caramel is funneled into precision nozzles stationed above the conveyor belt. Here's where the magic happens. As the biscuits glide underneath, each nozzle dispenses a perfectly measured dollop of warm caramel. Watching this process is oddly mesmerizing as the golden ribbons of caramel settle neatly onto the biscuit bases. But the process isn't over yet. The caramel needs to cool, allowing it to adhere firmly to the biscuit and prepare for the next step. This pause might seem insignificant, but it's crucial to maintaining the structural integrity of the final product. And now, the pièce de résistance, the chocolate coating. This is where the Twix bar becomes the indulgent treat we know and love. In another part of the factory, giant vats of milk chocolate are kept at a carefully maintained temperature. It's a chocolate lover's dream, a rich, molten river of sweetness, ready to drench the caramel-topped biscuits. The enrobing process is like a culinary performance. As the biscuits approach, they pass through a curtain of liquid chocolate. Imagine a waterfall of molten chocolate cascading down, enveloping each bar in a smooth, glossy coat. It's not just about appearance. This step ensures that every bite delivers the perfect balance of flavors. Any excess chocolate drips off into collection trays below, where it's recycled back into the system. Nothing goes to waste. From here, the chocolate-coated bars enter a cooling tunnel, a refrigerated conveyor belt that rapidly hardens the chocolate while preserving its sheen. The tunnel is precisely calibrated to cool the chocolate without compromising its smooth texture. By the time the bars emerge, they're shiny, firm, and ready for the next stage. Here's something you might not know. Not every Twix bar makes the cut. The factory employs a range of quality control measures to ensure only the best bars reach consumers. High-speed cameras, strategically placed along the production line, inspect each bar for consistency in size, shape, and caramel alignment. These machines are so advanced, they can detect even the tiniest imperfections. Bars that don't meet the exact standards are gently removed from the line, But don't worry, they're not wasted. Many are melted down and recycled back into the production process. In addition to automated checks, human testers sample bars from every batch to ensure the taste, texture, and appearance are spot on. It's a meticulous process, but it's what guarantees that every Twix bar delivers the same delightful experience. Once the bars pass quality control, they're ready to be wrapped. This is where the iconic gold wrapper comes into play. These wrappers are printed in-house using state-of-the-art machines that ensure vibrant colors and precise cutting. As the bars move down the line, they're enveloped in their shiny gold coats, sealed tight to lock in freshness. Packaging machines operate at incredible speeds, wrapping hundreds of bars per minute. But it doesn't stop there. The wrap bars are sorted into various packs, individual, twin packs, or bulk boxes, depending on market demand. From here, they're loaded onto pallets and shipped to warehouses across the globe. The logistics are a marvel in themselves, ensuring that Twix bars arrive on store shelves as fresh as the day they were made. What sets Twix apart isn't just its taste, it's the cutting-edge technology behind its production. Mars Incorporated, the company behind Twix, is constantly innovating to improve efficiency and sustainability. Many Twix factories now use AI-powered systems to monitor energy usage and reduce waste. These systems can adjust machinery settings in real time, ensuring optimal performance with minimal environmental impact. Another fascinating innovation is the use of robotic arms for tasks like stacking and palletizing. These robots work tirelessly, performing repetitive tasks with precision and speed. This not only boosts productivity, but also enhances workplace safety by reducing the risk of injury for human workers. Did you know that a single Twix factory can produce over 1 million bars in just one day? That's enough to stack from the ground to the top of the Empire State Building multiple times. Here's another tidbit. Factories use special sensors to measure the viscosity of caramel, ensuring it flows perfectly onto each biscuit. And the machines? They're custom-built to handle Twix's unique layered design, making the production process as special as the candy itself. While the classic Twix recipe remains a fan favorite, different countries have put their own spin on it. In Japan, you'll find matcha green tea Twix, offering a delicate blend of sweet and earthy flavors. India has its own twist, with spicy masala Twix, catering to fans of bold, savory snacks. Down under in Australia, mango-flavored Twix bars bring a tropical vibe to the table. These regional variations are often produced in limited quantities, making them a treasure for collectors and candy lovers alike. Mars Incorporated isn't just about making great candy, it's about making a positive impact. Many Twix factories now run on renewable energy sources like wind and solar power. The company has also committed to sourcing cocoa and palm oil responsibly, ensuring that their ingredients are as ethical as they are delicious. By investing in sustainability, Mars is not only preserving the environment, but also ensuring a bright future for its beloved brands.
Here's a wild fact that might blow your mind. Every single year, North America churns out close to 1 billion pounds of blueberries. Yup, you heard that right, 1 billion pounds. Now just imagine endless rows of blueberry bushes loaded with those little blue powerhouses that make their way into everything from your breakfast pancakes to your afternoon snacks. But here's the kicker. It's not just hardworking folks picking them anymore. Today, we've got machines shaking them free and AI systems scanning each one to find the best of the bunch. It's like something out of a futuristic sci-fi flick, but for the farmers, it's real, and it's revolutionizing the way we get those berries from field to fork. Today, we're going to walk you through the journey that each blueberry takes, from the farm to your kitchen. And let me tell you, this isn't your grandma's blueberry farm anymore. Modern technology has completely transformed the way blueberries are harvested and processed. We'll be talking about everything from these insane machine harvesters to AI-driven sorting machines. Whether you're a blueberry superfan or just curious about how your food gets to you, stick around. You're in for a treat. Now let's kick things off where the magic really begins, the harvest. Picture a quiet, peaceful blueberry farm. The bushes are full, the berries are ripe, and it's time to start collecting them. But instead of a group of workers bending over the bushes, plucking berries one by one, you see these massive machines rolling down the rows of blueberry bushes. These machines are known as over-the-row harvesters, and they're as cool as they sound. They straddle the bushes like a giant robot and gently shake the berries loose from the branches. Think of it like a gentle, controlled earthquake. The machine's fingers vibrate the bushes just enough to make the ripe berries fall off, while leaving the plants themselves unharmed. And here's the best part. Underneath those bushes are these soft, cushioned surfaces that catch the falling berries and funnel them into baskets. The berries don't just drop to the ground. Oh no, they're carefully guided into containers so they don't get bruised along the way. It's like a delicate balancing act of technology and nature. We use these massive machines for what? Efficiency is the key, plain and simple. With the help of harvesting machines, orchards can swiftly gather more berries than ever before. It's a godsend for huge farms that have to haul their blueberries straight from the bush to the store as soon as possible. In addition, it reduces the cost of labor, which is particularly significant for industries that rely on seasonal workers. A field can be harvested much more quickly than by hand, resulting in an abundance of blueberries for everyone. Sure, there are flaws. There are some drawbacks to using these machines, despite how fast they are. One problem is that not all of the berries that fall off the bushes when you shake them are going to be ripe. You can expect a variety of berries, some of which will be perfectly ripe, some slightly underripe, and some potentially too soft or overripe. It's similar to selecting avocados at the supermarket. Some require a few days to ripen before consumption, while others are ready to go. Sorting the good from the bad is the next step in the process. And don't think the farmers are just sitting back and letting the machines do all the work. Farmers still have a lot to manage during harvesting. They need to make sure those machines are calibrated just right, not shaking too hard or too soft, and that they're moving at the right speed. If the machine goes too fast, it might miss some berries. If it goes too slow, it could damage the plants. It's a bit like driving a giant, high-tech tractor through a delicate garden. The fact that technology is constantly improving is one of the best parts of contemporary farming. Some of the more recent models even include sensors that can determine when a berry is ripe before shaking it from the bush. And they all have softer, rubberized surfaces to lessen the likelihood of bruises. Consequently, machine harvesting is improving with each new development, even though it may have had some shaky beginnings. So what happens after the berries are harvested? When we arrive at the processing facility, we ask. The processing facility receives them after they are carefully packaged in large baskets. Envision a scene where blueberry-laden trucks pull up to the plant. After being loaded into the processing line, the blueberries are dispatched to begin their journey. A maze of conveyor belts transports the blueberries as they go through a series of washing, sorting, and packaging processes. Before sorting and washing, give the berries a good shake. Their placement on vibrating platforms aids in shaking out any debris that may have accumulated during harvesting, such as dirt, leaves, or twigs. However, the berries are not only cleaned while shaking, they are also beginning to be sorted according to size and ripeness. Remove any berries that are too tiny, broken, or underripe from the string, and save them for later. Then it's bath time. The berries go through their first wash, which rinses off any dirt or dust that's clung to them since they were picked. This isn't just a quick rinse under the tap, though. These washing machines are designed to give the berries a thorough cleaning while being gentle enough not to bruise them. Remember, we want those berries to stay in perfect condition all the way to your table. Even after the first wash, there might still be a little debris hanging on. So the berries go through a second round of cleaning, a light spray of water to make sure every last bit of dirt is gone. Think of it like a final rinse after shampooing your hair. You want to be sure everything's squeaky clean before you move on. The next step, which comes after washing the berries, is to dry them off. You say, why do you dry them? Having an excessive amount of moisture can hasten the process of blueberries going bad. Our goal is to extract as much water as possible while ensuring that the berries retain their nice and firm texture. In this manner, they will maintain their freshness for a longer period of time, regardless of whether they are going to the marketplace or the grocery store. The process of drying is a quick one, but it is extremely important in order to maintain the berries in good condition. Here is where things start to take a futuristic turn. In the process that follows the cleaning and drying of the berries, they are put through a procedure that sounds like it was taken straight from a science fiction film. As each berry travels along the conveyor belt, it is scanned by sophisticated artificial intelligence scanners. Not only do these scanners examine the surface of the berries, but they also examine the berries' color, size, shape, and ripeness. They are not just looking at the surface of the berries. Their ability to detect even the smallest imperfections, such as bruises or mold, that you and I might not even notice is remarkable. The AI system is working at lightning speed, analyzing thousands of berries every minute. It's kind of mind-blowing when you think about it. The AI is processing all this information in real time, categorizing the berries based on their quality. It's like having a super smart robot working 24/7 to make sure only the best berries make it to your plate. Once the AI has done its job, the berries are sorted using mechanical devices. Some farms use air jets to blow the berries into different bins. High-quality berries are set aside for the fresh market, while others might be sent off to be frozen or used in processed foods like jams and juices. It's a super efficient system that ensures every berry is used no matter its condition. Even though the AI does most of the heavy lifting when it comes to sorting, there's still a place for the human touch. After the berries have been sorted by the machines, human inspectors give them a final look. These inspectors are trained to spot any issues that the machines might have missed, ensuring that the berries are perfect before they're packaged. It's a little extra peace of mind knowing that both technology and human expertise are working together to give you the best possible product. Once the blueberries have been sorted and inspected, they're ready for packaging. The whole packaging process is automated, which means machines are filling up containers with the perfect amount of berries. These machines are super precise, making sure that every package is consistent in weight and quality. The berries are labeled with all of the important information that you will see in the store after they have been packed. This includes the weight of the package, the variety of blueberry, and sometimes even the farm where the berries were grown. The process of labeling is essential for ensuring traceability, as it allows us to trace those berries back to their original source in the event that there is ever a problem. Following the completion of the packaging and labeling processes, the blueberries are then loaded back onto trucks and transferred to the distribution center. As the berries make their way to grocery stores, supermarkets, and farmers markets across the country, these trucks are equipped with temperature control systems to ensure that they remain fresh on their journey. Every day, blueberries are being shipped out from coast to coast in order to satisfy the demand for fresh and delicious fruit. Not all blueberries are destined to be eaten fresh, though. A large portion of the blueberry harvest is set aside for freezing. These berries are sent to specialized facilities where they're frozen at temperatures below 18 degrees Celsius. This rapid freezing process helps to lock in the berries' flavor, color, and nutrients, so they taste just as fresh when you take them out of the freezer as they did the day they were picked. Before the berries are frozen, they go through one last step, desteming. Mechanical devices remove any stems or leaves that might have gotten mixed in, ensuring the berries look as good as they taste. After the berries have been frozen, they are packaged in the same manner as their fresh counterparts. Following the freezing process, these berries are placed in cold storage warehouses until they are ready to be distributed to retail establishments or food manufacturers. The use of this method guarantees that you will always obtain fruit of the highest possible quality, regardless of whether you are preparing smoothies, pies, or simply snacking on frozen berries. It has been enjoyed by humans since the 9th century, right? It's incredible to think that this popular beverage, which is present in almost every home today, has such a long and storied past. Coffee has adapted to various climates and civilizations as it has wandered the world, from the ancient coffee woods of Ethiopia to the thriving coffee houses of Europe and the Americas. In this installment, we will delve into Brazil, one of the world's leading coffee producers, because every cup has a tale to tell. But before we move further, please make sure to subscribe to our channel so that we can afford to create such free videos for you. To begin, if you would want to see more in-depth explorations of farming and food production, be sure to subscribe and enable notifications. Watch more videos like this because of your support. Brazil is the next logical step in the coffee cultivation industry. Therefore, let's go there. In the world of coffee, Brazil is unrivaled. It produces an astounding 33% of the world's coffee, making it the top producer in the world. With an astounding 8 million farmers devoted to the trade, Brazil boasts 18 billion coffee trees. The supply of coffee that you enjoy in the morning is ensured by the labor of 8 million Americans. Arabica coffee is Brazil's specialty. Arabica, a type of coffee grown in the mountains, is more expensive and renowned for its sweet flavor and exceptional quality. Indulge in a gourmet experience with every sip of this coffee. Because of its varied topography and hardworking farmers, Brazil has become an expert grower of Arabica coffee. What about the excellent stuff? It is probably Brazilian. How is the cultivation of coffee beans unique in Brazil? It combines both old and new ways of doing things. Envision a farm where traditional hard work is complemented by state-of-the-art machinery. Mountainous regions still have their fair share of coffee grown by farmers who handpick each bean. More and more, farmers are using AI into their operations to aid with weather forecasting, soil health monitoring, and crop production optimization. It's a combination of modern technology with more conventional elements. Preparing the land is the first step in the trip. Fertile coffee plantations are created by farmers from uncultivated lands. After the soil is plowed and leveled, the planting media can be organized. Soil preparation is an important first step before using a tractor for harvesting or maintenance purposes. Artificial intelligence, AI, won't be of any use without this foundation. Seed selection is the next step. The ideal seeds for this crop are those that are healthy, pest-free, have a short stem, and the correct crown shape. By evaluating the seeds for best growth potential, AI technology helps in this procedure. After selection, the seeds are taken to the nursery for further care until they are prepared to be planted. Envision a vast field of tiny coffee plants, each one carefully preparing to produce your next mug of Java. When seedlings have spent around 10 to 12 weeks in the nursery, it is time to transfer them to poly bags. There will be a major transplant after 4 or 5 more months. Heavy lifting is done by specialized tractors who plant the seedlings at the optimal spacing to guarantee their robust and healthy growth. Better production and less maintenance are possible because to the exact spacing. The actual labor starts now that the seedlings are planted. To prevent invasive species from taking over, weeding must be done regularly. Another important thing that farmers do is use tractors to till and aerate the soil so that it retains its structure. An important step in the process is fertilization. 3 times a year, farmers supplement the plant's nutritional needs with a mix of chemical fertilizers, compost, and manure. Limestone is a trick that may surprise you. Industrial limestone, when applied to soil by Brazilian farmers during the growing season, can boost coffee yields by as much as 40%. Limestone is essential for a successful harvest because it helps balance the acidity of the soil. Accurate dosing is crucial. Either too little or too much will have negative effects. Brazilian coffee growers have pests under control, which is a major plus for producers. They find infestations quickly and cure them using both natural and AI-monitored approaches. It is usual practice to use tractors that have sprayers for pesticides and fungicides. Here, pruning is also important. In preparation for the coffee plant's flowering season, farmers prune the trees and remove any diseased or otherwise unhealthy branches. It is now time to harvest, which takes approximately 2.5 to 3 years. Half a kilogram to 1 kilogram of coffee can be harvested from each Arabica plant. These days, tractors are used for the job because they can collect a lot of coffee cherries fast. Although this approach is quick, it does have certain difficulties. Unfortunately, machines don't always pick the best beans or don't treat plants well. That is when harvesting by hand becomes useful. Manual harvesting is slower, but it ensures a superior quality product since growers can select just the best cherry. Because of its exceptional taste and consistency, this coffee is frequently sold at a higher price. When you want the best of the best, go for hand-picked coffee. The process is far from over even after the coffee cherries have been plucked. 2 primary ways exist for processing the cherries. But first, we need to discuss drying and roasting. These steps taken after harvest account for 40% of the total quality of the coffee. Feel free to do so, okay? All that effort in the field can be for nothing if it isn't managed properly. The natural process is the name of the initial approach. This method entails exposing the coffee cherries to sunlight while they are still whole, skin and all. Even drying of the cherries, which might take many weeks, requires constant turning by the farmers. The honey process is the second approach. In this step, a machine removes the cherry skin, exposing a sticky mucilage layer that imparts a honey-like flavor to the coffee. By keeping an eye on these procedures, AI can guarantee their quality and consistency. So, what can American coffee growers learn from their Brazilian counterparts? To begin, they can mimic Brazil's carefree approach to seed picking, which includes using artificial intelligence to assess seed quality. Limestone and other land preparation techniques have the potential to revolutionize crop production and financial returns. Combining state-of-the-art AI-driven technologies with Brazil's traditional practices could be a game changer for American farmers in the future. Sustainable approaches, like as the honey process, which aim to balance efficiency with quality, could help American coffee farms succeed in the long run. To keep American coffee production competitive internationally, this endeavor might be strengthened by using natural pest control approaches and irrigation systems powered by artificial intelligence. Who doesn't love pizza? But have you ever wondered how it's made in a mega factory? In this video, we're going behind the scenes to explore the entire pizza-making process using cutting-edge technology. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so we can afford more free documentaries like this. Pizza, a dish that once symbolized the rustic kitchens of southern Italy, has transformed into one of the world's most beloved fast foods. Today, pizza is not only enjoyed in small family-owned pizzerias, but also in homes across the globe, thanks to the mass production capabilities of mega factories. As pizza's popularity soared over the past few decades, the need for large-scale production arose to meet the insatiable demand for this universally adored meal. Mega factories were born, using state-of-the-art technology and streamlined processes to produce pizzas by the millions, all while maintaining the flavor and quality that make pizza so irresistible. Factory-made pizzas are different from their handcrafted counterparts not because of what they offer, but because of how they are produced. The process relies on intricate, automated systems designed to maintain consistency, taste, and texture. From the sourcing of ingredients to the precision of baking in high-tech conveyor ovens, each step is carefully controlled. This ensures that every pizza, whether frozen for later consumption or prepared fresh for immediate enjoyment, meets the high standards that consumers expect. In this journey through the world of pizza manufacturing, we'll explore how factories manage to produce millions of pizzas with exceptional precision and quality. From sourcing high-grade ingredients to ensuring each pizza is baked to perfection, let's delve into the process of how pizza is made in a mega factory. Sourcing and selection of ingredients. The quality of a pizza begins with its ingredients, and large-scale pizza factories prioritize sourcing the best ingredients possible. To meet the enormous demands of production, factories often establish long-term partnerships with farms and suppliers that specialize in producing large quantities of flour, tomatoes, dairy, and toppings. The base of every pizza starts with flour, which is sourced in bulk from suppliers that specialize in high-gluten wheat varieties. High-gluten flour is preferred because it results in dough with great elasticity and chewiness, characteristics that are essential for a good pizza crust. Factories work closely with millers to ensure that the flour meets strict specifications for protein content and moisture. Each batch of flour is carefully inspected to ensure consistency across the board. The simplicity of pizza dough belies the critical role played by yeast and water in the process. The yeast used in factories is often specially formulated for rapid proofing, meaning the dough rises quickly while still developing the flavors associated with traditional dough fermentation. Water quality is another essential factor. Factories carefully filter water to maintain a neutral pH, which ensures the dough consistency and flavor remain consistent across all batches. Tomato sauce production is an art in itself. Factories often source their tomatoes from regions known for high-quality production, such as California or Italy. These tomatoes are harvested at peak ripeness to ensure rich flavor, and they undergo extensive testing for acidity and sweetness before they are transformed into sauce. Cheese, particularly mozzarella, is the crown jewel of most pizzas. Factories source massive quantities of cheese, which are either produced on-site or delivered fresh from dairy suppliers. Mozzarella, with its excellent melting properties, is the most popular choice, but other cheeses, such as cheddar or Parmesan, are sometimes blended in for additional flavor. The variety of toppings available in mass-produced pizzas is staggering. From classic pepperoni to exotic vegetables and gourmet meats, the preparation of toppings in a factory is a feat of logistical precision. Factories source toppings from trusted suppliers who can meet strict food safety standards. Vegetables are flash frozen to preserve their freshness, while meats like pepperoni or sausage are pre-cooked to ensure they are safe for consumption. Before any of these ingredients enter the production line, they undergo rigorous quality control inspections. Samples are taken from each batch, and they are tested for factors like moisture content, flavor profile, and freshness. Only the highest quality ingredients pass this stage and move on to the next step in pizza production. The dough is the foundation of any pizza, and in a factory setting, preparing the dough on a massive scale requires precision and efficiency. Pizza factories produce dough in bulk, often handling hundreds of kilograms of flour at once. The dough-making process begins with mixing the core ingredients: flour, water, yeast, salt, and oil. Industrial dough mixers, which are vastly more powerful than anything found in a typical pizzeria, are used to combine these ingredients. These machines are equipped with sensors that measure the dough's hydration and texture throughout the mixing process. By using precise quantities of ingredients, the mixers ensure that each batch of dough has a consistent texture and elasticity. This precision is crucial for maintaining uniformity in the pizzas that will eventually be made from this dough. After mixing, the dough must be kneaded. Kneading helps to activate the gluten in the flour, which gives the dough its characteristic elasticity and chewiness. In a factory, kneading is done by mechanical arms that simulate the traditional hand kneading process on a much larger scale. These machines stretch and fold the dough repeatedly, working it into a smooth, supple consistency. The goal is to achieve a dough that is stretchy enough to hold up under the weight of toppings, but not so dense that it becomes tough when baked. Resting and proofing. Once kneaded, the dough is left to rest and proof. Proofing allows the yeast to ferment, producing gas bubbles that cause the dough to rise. In a factory setting, dough is proofed in climate-controlled chambers where the temperature and humidity are carefully regulated. These chambers ensure that the dough rises evenly and to the correct height. Depending on the type of pizza being made, the dough may be proofed for as little as 30 minutes or as long as several hours. Factories use specialized technology to monitor the fermentation process, ensuring the dough is neither over nor underproofed. Dough quality checks. Throughout the preparation process, samples of dough are taken for quality checks. Factory workers inspect the dough's texture, elasticity, and rise. Special attention is given to the dough's ability to hold its shape when stretched. If any issues are found, adjustments are made to subsequent batches to maintain consistency across the entire production line. With the dough now fully prepared, it's time to turn it into individual pizza bases. This is where the large-scale machinery of the factory really shines, as dough rolling and shaping are fully automated processes. Rolling the dough. The first step in shaping the dough is to roll it out into large flat sheets. Industrial dough rollers work much like a traditional rolling pin, but on a much larger and faster scale. The dough is fed into the machine, which flattens it to a precise thickness. Factories often produce multiple types of pizza crusts, such as thin crust, regular crust, or deep dish. So the dough rolling machine can be adjusted to create different thicknesses depending on the type of pizza being produced. Cutting and shaping. Once the dough is rolled out, it needs to be cut into individual pizza bases. This is done using automated cutters, which stamp out perfectly round pizza bases from the rolled dough. These cutters can be adjusted to produce different sizes, from small personal pizzas to large family-sized pizzas. Some factories even produce square or rectangular pizza bases for specific product lines. After cutting, any excess dough is collected and reprocessed to ensure that nothing goes to waste. Pre-baking for specific pizza varieties. For some pizza types, such as frozen or pre-made pizzas, the dough is partially baked before the toppings are added. This process, known as par baking, ensures that the crust has a firm structure before it is frozen. Par baking also helps to preserve the dough's texture during freezing and thawing, so that when the pizza is baked by the consumer, the crust has the right balance of crispiness and chewiness. Sauce preparation and application. Tomato sauce is the soul of a pizza, providing the base flavor that complements the cheese and toppings. Factories prepare pizza sauce in bulk, using carefully tested recipes to maintain flavor consistency across millions of pizzas. Sauce production. The sauce used in factory-made pizzas is often a proprietary blend of tomatoes, herbs, and spices. The tomatoes are sourced from large farms and are processed into sauce soon after they are harvested to preserve their flavor and nutritional content. Factories typically have strict controls over the recipe to ensure that the sauce tastes the same across every pizza produced. Like the other ingredients, pizza sauce is subject to quality control checks. Factories use both human taste testers and machines to evaluate the flavor, consistency, and pH of the sauce. These checks ensure that the sauce isn't too watery or too thick, and that the flavor profile remains consistent. Applying the sauce. Once the sauce is prepared, it is applied to the pizza bases using automated machines. These machines are designed to apply an even layer of sauce to each pizza, ensuring that no pizza is under or over-sauced. The sauce is dispensed in a spiral pattern, starting from the center of the pizza and moving outward. This ensures even coverage so that every bite of the pizza contains the right amount of sauce. The machine's speed and volume can be adjusted based on the size of the pizza and the style of sauce application. Large-scale preparation. After the sauce is applied, the pizza moves down the production line to the cheese and topping station. Here, automation plays a crucial role in ensuring every pizza receives the correct amount of cheese and toppings. Mozzarella cheese is the most commonly used cheese for pizza, and in a factory setting, it is processed in bulk. Factories often receive large blocks of mozzarella, which are then shredded or diced on site. The cheese is stored in climate-controlled rooms to ensure that it stays fresh and maintains its optimal melting properties. Once shredded, the cheese is fed into automated topping machines that sprinkle the cheese evenly over the sauce. The machines are calibrated to distribute a specific amount of cheese based on the size and type of pizza. Toppings such as pepperoni, mushrooms, olives, and peppers are also prepared in bulk. Vegetables are washed, sliced, and flash frozen to preserve their freshness, while meats like pepperoni are pre-cooked and sliced into uniform pieces. Each topping is stored in refrigerated units until it is ready to be applied to the pizzas. Automated topping application. Just like the cheese, toppings are applied using automated systems. These machines are programmed to add the correct amount of toppings to each pizza. Sensors monitor the distribution of the toppings to ensure that they are spread evenly across the surface. For pizzas with multiple toppings, the machine applies them in layers, starting with the largest toppings, such as pepperoni, and finishing with smaller toppings like olives or onions. This careful layering ensures that the pizza maintains its structural integrity during baking. The baking process, with the dough rolled out, the sauce applied, and the toppings in place, the pizzas are ready to be baked. In a factory, baking is done in conveyor ovens that are specifically designed for high-volume pizza production. High-speed conveyor ovens. Conveyor ovens are massive machines that can bake hundreds of pizzas at once. The pizzas are placed on a conveyor belt that moves through the oven at a controlled speed. The temperature of the oven is carefully regulated to ensure that the pizzas are cooked evenly. Conveyor ovens have multiple heating zones, allowing the dough and toppings to cook at different rates. For example, the bottom of the pizza is exposed to more heat to create a crispy crust, while the top receives just enough heat to melt the cheese without burning the toppings. Different types of pizzas require different baking times and temperatures. For example, a thin crust pizza will bake at a higher temperature for a shorter time, while a deep dish pizza needs to be baked at a lower temperature for a longer period. Factories have precise settings for each pizza variety, ensuring that every pizza is baked to perfection. Monitoring the baking process. Advanced technology is used to monitor the baking process in real time. Sensors in the oven track the temperature and doneness of each pizza. If the system detects that a pizza is undercooked or overcooked, adjustments are made automatically to the oven settings. This ensures that every pizza that comes out of the oven is perfectly baked. During production, maintaining quality is critical in mass pizza production, and factories employ several quality control measures throughout the entire process. Even with all the automation, human inspectors play a key role in ensuring that the pizzas meet the factory's quality standards. These inspectors visually check pizzas at various stages of production, looking for any imperfections in the dough, sauce application, or topping distribution. Additionally, factories are increasingly using AI-driven technology to monitor production in real time. AI systems can analyze each pizza for consistency, detecting even the smallest deviations from the standard. Food safety is a top priority in pizza production. Factories adhere to strict food safety regulations, including regular cleaning of equipment, temperature checks for ingredients, and rigorous hygiene protocols for workers. The factory environment is carefully controlled to prevent contamination, and all ingredients are stored and handled in compliance with food safety guidelines. Once the pizzas are baked, they are quickly frozen and packaged to ensure that they remain fresh until they reach the consumer. Flash freezing. After baking, pizzas are immediately flash frozen. Flash freezing is a process in which the pizza is rapidly cooled to a very low temperature in a matter of minutes. This prevents the formation of large ice crystals, which can damage the texture of the pizza during storage. Flash freezing also locks in the pizza's flavor and freshness, so that when the consumer bakes the pizza at home, it tastes as though it was freshly made. Once frozen, pizzas are packaged using automated systems. The pizzas are placed in cardboard boxes, which are then wrapped in plastic to seal in freshness. Factories use specialized packaging machines that can process thousands of pizzas per hour. The packaging is designed not only to protect the pizza during shipping, but also to be visually appealing to consumers. Many factories are also moving toward using eco-friendly packaging materials to reduce their environmental impact. After packaging, the pizzas are ready to be shipped to supermarkets, restaurants, and consumers around the world. Pizzas are stored in large, temperature-controlled warehouses until they are ready to be shipped. Cold storage is essential to maintaining the quality of the frozen pizzas. When it comes time for distribution, pizzas are loaded into refrigerated trucks, which keep the pizzas frozen during transit. Large pizza factories partner with logistics companies to ensure that the pizzas are delivered quickly and efficiently. The goal is to minimize the time between when the pizza leaves the factory and when it reaches the store, ensuring that the pizzas remain fresh and safe for consumption. Before retail, before pizzas reach store shelves, they undergo one last round of quality checks to ensure they are ready for consumers. Factories regularly take samples from each batch of pizzas and subject them to taste tests. These tests ensure that the pizzas meet the factory's flavor and texture standards. Additionally, pizzas are tested for structural integrity, ensuring that they hold up during transport and baking. Final inspections. Every packaged pizza is inspected one last time for any defects. If any issues are found, the pizza is removed from the batch and replaced with a new one. The scale and efficiency of pizza production. The process of making pizza in a mega factory is a remarkable combination of food science, engineering, and automation. From sourcing the finest ingredients to baking each pizza in high-speed ovens, every step of the process is meticulously designed to ensure that consumers receive a delicious, high-quality product. As technology continues to evolve, so too will the efficiency and sustainability of factory-made pizza production. For now, factories continue to churn out millions of pizzas, keeping the world satisfied one slice at a time.